bill is on the desk.
Leader Fitzhugh, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I move to substitute and conform to the Senate bill.
Leader Fitzhugh moves to substitute and conform to Senate Bill 93, properly seconded without objection. So ordered. Leader Fitzhugh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This bill is coming from the Senate, passed unanimously over there, and it sets into the code a uniform minimum standard for the meningitis vaccine for new incoming students at any public university who plan to live on campus. There is an amendment, Madam Speaker, that names this bill.
Leader Fitzhugh moves passage of Senate Bill 93 on third and final consideration. Properly seconded. Mr. Clerk, call for First Amendment.
House Education Committee Amendment 1. Madam Speaker, members, it's the same as Senate Amendment 1.
Chairman Brooks, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's the same as Amendment number 1 in the Senate. Move to withdraw.
Without objection, Amendment number 1, withdrawn. Next amendment.
House Education Committee Amendment 2, same as Senate Amendment 2.
Chairman Brooks, you're recognized.
Again, it's the same as Senate Amendment number 2. I move to withdraw.
Without objection, Amendment number 2, withdrawn. Next amendment, Mr. Clerk.
No further amendments, Madam Speaker.
Leader Fitzhugh, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As I was saying, this bill comes with support from the Tennessee Board of Regents, the University of Tennessee System, Tennessee Higher Education Commission, the Tennessee Medical Association, the Tennessee Disability Coalition, and the Department of Health. They're all here today, and they've all worked on this bill. It has bipartisan support with the sponsors, and as I said, it came out of the Senate unanimously. The fiscal note is not significant, and it sets the minimum standard, which is that of the CDC. With that explanation and pending any questions, I renew passage.
Leader Fitzhugh renews his motion. Discussion on the bill. Leader Cassada.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Leaders, I caught you in committee the other day. Do you have the list? Could you read to the body those exemptions, which there are, if you don't mind?
I'll be happy to, Mr. Chairman. In the bill, there are these exemptions, and it says a student may be exempted from the requirements of this section under these circumstances, where a physician indicates the vaccine is contraindicated for these reasons, the individual meets the contraindication set forth in the manufacturer's vaccine package, the individual meets the criteria of contradiction published by the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, in the professional judgment of the physician based on that individual's condition, the risk of harm from the vaccine outweighs the potential benefit, and then where a parent or guardian of someone who is underage or the student, him or herself, who is overage, submits a written statement that says it conflicts with their religious tenets and practices of them or their parent or guardian. Those are the exceptions.
I was initially a little uncomfortable with those exemptions. I think that's reasonable. I think it's a good health care policy, and so I'm voting for the bill. This is the higher eds must comply. Is that correct, except with those exemptions?
That's right. And this, I'll make a couple of points, Mr. Chairman, if I might, Madam Speaker. This applies only to public universities, and the reason this bill was brought was because there's a federal minimum standard, and basically we didn't have a uniform standard in Tennessee. Part of our higher education followed that. Part of the schools followed other things, and this would coordinate that better. And we know that there's been this recent outbreak. It's very dangerous, as we can see by our guests in the chamber. It can result in a very quick loss of life. And I'll add this, Mr. Chairman, that it only applies to freshman incoming students who live in dorms. So community colleges, where you go back and forth, that would not be necessary.
Good bill. I'm for it. From time to time, we tell locals, higher ed locals, things they need to be doing, and this is a good bill. Thank you.
Representative Rich.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's taken quite a bit of thought for me to go from opposing this bill because of requiring students to do this, number one, to take this vaccine, because there are certain small risks associated with it, to get to where I can support the bill. The disappointment I have is that our university systems cannot come together and make a policy, and it's required the General Assembly to do such. I think that our university system should at least take heed to this, that if you cannot come together and make policy that best benefits the health and welfare of the student population, that the General Assembly will have to do that. I don't think we should make a habit of doing that. I would hope that our university systems would do their responsibility and make the decisions. When we look at what we're doing by mandating this, I think if you drill down to the fact that it is a a landlord-tenant type situation where if you want to live in our dorms, these are the policies you must abide by, then I believe this to be certainly a fair bill and something I can support. For that reason, because we are the landlord, we are inviting the students to live on this campus. If you meet these requirements, then I believe this to be certainly fair and not an overreach or intrusion of the government. Thank you.
Leader Turner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move previous question on the bill.
Previous question has been called for. Is there objection? Seeing none, all those in favor of Senate Bill 93 vote aye when the bell rings. Those opposed vote no. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? Mr. Clerk, take the vote.
Ayes 94, 1 nay, 3 present not voting.
Senate Bill 93 having received a constitutional majority, I hereby declare it passed without objection. The motion to reconsider is tabled. Next bill.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. I thank you, and I'm certain that parents similarly situated to our guests thank you as well. Thank you.